everyone and welcome to Zach's Garage. Today we are actually at Le Mans, as we have been for the last week. Now believe me, the cars I've seen so far are truly extraordinary. So let's take a little look around using the trusty Segway and let's get going. Right, I think there's only one way to start the sort of look around of what cars are at Le Mans, and it has to be with the 250 GTO bread van. Now let me tell you a little bit of information about this car. Okay guys, so the story of this car, it was commissioned by a man called Count Volpi. Now Count Volpi went to Enzo Ferrari and wanted a 250 GTO, and Enzo turned around to him and said no. So what did he do? He got a 250 short wheelbase, so the California sort of shape up, and the California was the convertible, and he made himself the bread van. He had it commissioned, and now it is the only one in the world, and it's incredibly rare. It's very hard to find. It's kept in a private collection, as well as this Alfa 8C here, and these are both raced. Now it's got the original engine, it's 250 engine, and believe me, I've heard this thing run. I've seen it at places like Silverstone and loads of different tracks. This thing is just nuts. So let me show you a little bit around it. Let's start with the back. Now the reason why they call it the bread van, it has this little window in the back, you can twist the little knob at the back and it opens up, similar to a bread van. You have the quad exhausts, very similar to the ones on the 250 GTO. I'm just unloading the car and I'm not kidding, we just came across this. This is a McLaren Senna. Absolutely awesome. I mean, you can see this thing's been used as well. It's covered in flies. It's the first time I've been actually quite up close to one. But look at this, you can see inside of it. Absolutely awesome. I'm guessing this has come from Woking, I'm not too sure. But look at that. I've just been driving through, unloading everything as you've seen, but I came across something very special. Now you guys have already seen it, it is the McLaren Senna. Now this thing has been highly talked about at the moment, considering the test drives were recent. Obviously you've seen things from Mr. JWW, Shmee, all that lot. But to actually see it parked up is quite interesting, because I mean there's a brand new BMW M8 there and an M2 there, but parked in between them it looks so strange. It looks spaceship-like. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. Driving along the road, it looks spaceship-like, but put it next to the two normal cars, it just shows you how extreme the Senna is. Okay, so after looking around the McLaren Senna, I've seen that the car has been really heavily used. But what I didn't realise initially, well, it has a slight crack in the window. Look at that. I really hope it's picking up, but that is a big crack. That is from there to there. That is huge. I don't know how it happened. It's probably because it's been driven so much, but either way, it's crazy how they've done that. Now, I think due to where the crack is, and also you see these circles here, I don't know if these are fractures in the glass there, but where these circles are, there's two here evenly spaced. I'm thinking maybe it's because someone put something suction, but you can see it's almost like a stone chip that's shattered down there. But it doesn't, oh, there's another one there as well. You can see it, but as you can see, this car has been used. It was pulled off a trailer like this, it wasn't washed, it was just kept as it is. Pretty nuts. Okay, good morning everyone. Day 2 of Le Mans, and today we are scrutineering and signing in for all of the briefing and things like that. So behind me we have Plateau 1. Now that's the first group of the Le Mans Classic. Unfortunately we are in it due to the fact that we're racing the 1939 Lagonda. It is currently being scrutineered at the moment. So let's go over there and let's just have a look about what they do to scrutineer the car. Okay guys, so we just had scrutineering, it passed absolutely fine. Did have one issue with one of the brake lights, but that doesn't matter because we just tapped it and the connection was a bit loose, that's all. So we're now going to go get the car all stick it up with all the sponsors, then we're going to head over to the signing on, get all of our equipment, and I think just spend the day chilling. But I will show you some more cars and hopefully we'll see some cool stuff. Okay guys, so at the moment this is the auction house. Now there is going to be held, I'm not too sure, one of the days of the official Le Mans Classic days, there is going to be an auction held here. Now I have seen some of the cars and I want to show you some of the cars as well, because believe me, there is some crazy stuff here. So let's have a little look around and see what interesting stuff there is. Okay guys, so let's start with this crazy looking SLS Roadster. So first of all, the paint's finished in matte black. It has a carbon fibre hood, red roof, and this massive carbon fibre rear wing as well. Now there's a badge on here that says GT AMG. Now I don't know if this is just a body kit or if it is a genuine sort of special edition AMG car. Don't give me hate down in the comments, but please do let me know. I have never seen a car like this. I know of obviously the SLS Roadster, but I haven't seen one like this. Next we have this rather pretty Rolls-Royce Phantom drop head. This is the coupe, not the convertible. Now, it was always a little bit confusing to me, and it was only a friend of mine who pointed it out. So all of them are called drop heads. Doesn't necessarily mean they're convertible. This is still a Phantom. But you do obviously, the more famous one is the convertible version, but believe it or not, this is actually rarer. This is finished in sort of like a deep grey, and it also has the coach line in a very, very lighter colour of grey. So lots of small details on this that really shows how special, well, Rolls-Royce as a brand are. So let's see if we can get inside, just have a sneak peek of what's inside the auction. Obviously it's all still setting up, so it's a bit chaotic, but they have some serious cars, such as the Aventador 50th anniversary. So this is quite a famous car. It's all finished in yellow. I believe this was at the Festival of Speed when Lamborghini were actually celebrating their 50th anniversary. Then we have the Lamborghini Gallardo, but with a Super Trofeo body kit on, so it's included with the interesting front bumper, the rear wing, and the flat engine cover. We then have an F12 Berlinetta, finished in black. Really, really pretty spec. I think it's got a bit of tailor-made aspects to it, due to the fact there is actually a red interior. It's sort of like a red and black, which looks quite smart. And there's a Murcielago SV in the background. That's a really special car. And I think probably the most special car of this auction, which I had to do multiple takes at. Well, do you guys know what it is? That's an Aston Martin 177. This is called the Q Edition. I'm not 100% sure why, but as you can see, it's black on black on black, which is a hell of a spec. We can have a look inside, and you can see it really is quite basic, very race inspired, but truly a very special Aston Martin indeed. We then have this yellow Murcielago SV. Oh wow, okay, that's a tall but race car. As you can tell, it's a very, very loud one as well. But back to the SV, if you guys can still hear me. It's finished in this yellow and black Alcantara interior as well. The ignition seems like it may have been left on due to the fact that, well, the sat-nav is still on, probably a bit lost. But yes, very awesome car. I love these, truly raw, and one of the last basic V12 Lamborghinis. You then got a 911 Turbo, Ferrari FF, really pretty E-Type, Ferrari Daytona race car. That's a serious piece of kit. Porsche 964, yeah, 964. To the Porsche lovers, I'm sure this is a very important car to you. Then we just have a 360 Modena here. I really personally like these cars. I think they're coming back in a big way. We then have the, for some reason, all over YouTube, BMW Z8. Now these things have gone crazy in price. Well, you can see the price recommendation there. 175 to 225,000 euros. But back in the day, I mean, my dad used to be a car dealer, and he said, you couldn't sell these. They were selling for sort of 50,000 to 100,000. I mean, these things have gone absolutely crazy. Then through here we have the P400S Miura, very similar to the one we have in the museum, apart from this one's finished in yellow and silver, and it's a full leather interior. Also very special. A Countach, the non-25th anniversary, I'm not sure which one this is, LP400 Periscopio. I'm not too sure what that means, but my god, is it worth some money. That's €1 million recommendation. I don't know why. I'm sure someone will teach me at some point as to why that's €1 million, but there you go. We then have another Porsche. I'm sorry, I don't know much about Porsches. two Porsches in fact. We have a 308 I believe, I'm not 100% sure. And the over here, I think I missed it, the SLS Black Series, or what I thought was a Black Series, turns out to be the final edition. Now that might explain the convertible one out there, maybe the brother car to this, and it would also explain the carbon fibre hood and the rear wing. So maybe that's the resemblance to the GT badge on it as well, who knows. But hopefully we can catch some action when the auction starts. Now guys, as I was leaving, this caught my eye, the Rolls-Royce Wraith, as we're actually looking for one of these, but this is not quite the spec we want. But I saw this, the new Renault Alpine. Now, I haven't seen one of these in the flesh. I know a few YouTubers have been up close with them, but this is such a smart car. I mean, it's not big, it's not chunky, it's well designed, and I'm sure it drives amazingly. I'd love to get behind the wheel of one at some point, and who knows. Okay guys, I'm not even kidding, I was driving past and that turned up, a Ferrari F40. Now I was just passing it and I just thought, oh my god, this has to be in the video. How cool is that? One thing I haven't seen is the F40 is actually highlighted in black, which is really, really cool. I'm just trying to catch this before I have to drive off again, but look at that. Okay, so Le Mans has now officially come to an end. We are heading off back to England. We're catching an 8 o'clock in the morning ferry, but we've decided to leave a little bit earlier just in order to be able to relax. But for now, I just wanted to say that I hope you guys have enjoyed the journey through Le Mans, and in 2 years' time, who knows what will be happening, but hopefully I might be racing as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers!